Hey guys, Stoney Creek here. I just wanted to do a quick vlog, show you what my son and I have been up to today. The wife's out of town for 2 weeks. She left us bachelors alone by ourselves, so you never know what kind of trouble we're going to get into. But we've been working on the outside of the greenhouse. I'll get out of the way here in just a second, but I'm going to show you the before picture right now. And as you can see, it's pretty overgrown. See the branches in front of the greenhouse and also that big tall branch going across the top. That's a mulberry tree. Squirrels like to use that as the squirrel highway. They'd run from that tree, run across the greenhouse, and then jump on the tree branches on the other side. So made that thing go away. Also, just in case we had an ice storm or some kind of storm later on, that needed to go away. And also it's going to let more sunlight in. I've also got the whole, the front of the area cleaned up. Had a lot of just weeds and stuff growing over there. We'd had a few pots that apparently we forgot were out and they'd got blown over. But anyway, we got all this area cleaned up today. I'm going to go in a little bit later. I'm going to run wiring from the greenhouse over to our house, which is over here. You can't see it in the video. But that way we'll have electric out here. We've never had electric out here before, so that'll be kind of neat, being able to use grow lights or whatnot. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. But also I'm going to grab the camera. I'll show you what we've done inside the greenhouse. Before we get in the greenhouse, I'm going to zoom in. You can see where that branch was, or a couple of branches. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. I don't have the tripod with me now. But those were going over the greenhouse there, so definitely wanted to make that go away. What the squirrels would do, they would run up the tree here. They'd use this branch. They'd jump over on the greenhouse. They'd run across the greenhouse, run across. And then I'd already cut them down and you can't see them even if I zoom, but they jump over into these trees and then go off into the woods. So I've taken that highway away from them. Then we cleaned up this tree. It had a lot of low-lying branches. Oh, before we go in, I was getting some compost today in my compost pile. Let me show you what I found in my compost. I wanted to show you this little guy. I was shoveling some compost today to bring it in the greenhouse and got a shovel full of this guy. Look at him. He's being camera shy here. That, my friends, is a little mole. There you can see him. See his big old paddle feet? We've got these jokers in our yard and everywhere. I did not expect to see them in my compost pile. Okay, we made it in the greenhouse. This is our sifted compost. Hard to believe that little critter was living right in the middle of my pile. I'm going to take you out to our compost pile one of these days. I keep on telling you that it's a little hike from the house, but I really will, I promise. Also, I want to show you something else I found today that was pretty cool. As cleaning up, I saw this water can on its side, and I went to move it. Let me move these pots out of the way here. Oh, nope, they're too heavy to move with one hand. Oops, sorry, little bird. She's upset because look in there. Isn't that cool? Little nest. So I won't be plugging those holes up anytime soon. Let me just put that guy right back where it was, like I did this morning. Heck of a place to put a nest, but I suppose that'd be as good a place as any, nice and safe. It's dry, isolated. So as if I was a bird, that'd be a perfect birdhouse. So today, in these planters, there's 6 holes per. I've seen on other channels where people's been planting their sweet corn inside the greenhouse in individual planters, let it get up to 3 or 4 inches, then they'll move it outside. I've never done that. I've always direct sown, but I figured I'd give this a shot. So we've got 36 of them in there. Have you guys ever done that? Let me know in the comments if you've done that, if it works, if it doesn't work for you. This will be new for us. We always do the block type of planting. You know, that way it pollinates the ears each other. We don't do the great big long rows. There's only 3 of us, so I don't need to do a bunch. But I've never done it in the greenhouse and then moved it out later, but let me know what you think. Okay, and then if you've seen my latest video, these are the hashtag Sunflower Challenge 2018. Still nothing's come up, but it's only been a couple of days, 3 days. These guys were little bitty tomato seed starts. I have no clue what they are. The wife planted these. And then these guys, we actually had to repot them. It's supposed to freeze again this weekend. So what I did was move them out of the little bitty pots they came in. We bought these as started plants and put them in larger plants because they needed to go in the soil. They need to go outside. But with it getting ready to freeze, I'm certainly not putting them out there yet. Maybe next week. But these guys are lemon tomatoes. These are some lemon tomatoes. I got these on the bargain shelf because they didn't look so good, but I figured what the heck, I'll give it a shot. Let's see here. These guys are Roma tomatoes. These guys are habanero peppers. These are jalapeno peppers. We've got some Big Bertha bell peppers back there. These are some cayenne peppers. So a little bit going on here in the greenhouse, not a whole lot. But keep in mind there's only the 3 of us too, so we don't do tons and tons and tons. We just do enough to supply for our family, you know, we can. Any extra that we get, we normally just give that away. We do have farmers markets, things like that. I'm not going to go into the whole gist of why we don't sell in a farmer's market, but I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to put a link to Bobblehead Homestead down below. Although he's in Arkansas, he just put out a video a couple of days ago, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know, I lose track of time. But anyway, he talked in detail about farmers markets and vegetables and things like that. Kudos to all of you that can do that. In my area, believe it or not, here in Oklahoma, we're pretty highly regulated, or at least in the metro areas. So it's pretty hard to get into a farmer's market without a bunch of hoops to jump through. Time's too short for me to do that. So, I don't know, everyone probably has their own opinion on that. But anyway, we grow for us, so we don't grow tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. Let me take you up. I'll show you what the potatoes are doing. If you saw, I don't remember, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. Again, I lose track of time. But if you saw me plant some potatoes, let's go out to the garden. I'll show you what's going on out there. Okay, here's our 4 pots. Now, before all you guys say I need to weed and everything, that's actually chickweed. That's one of the first things that blooms here, although it is a weed. And we'll be pulling it out here shortly. That's the first thing that blooms around here, and all the pollinators get a chance to use. So we let all of our chickweed just grow. You can see in here, we've got potatoes breaking the ground. Some over there. There's one. I don't want to uncover them too much. Like I say, believe it or not, it's supposed to freeze again. This has just been a crazy spring. I guess I can't complain too much because a lot of our friends, of course, have snow and a lot worse than what we do, but I'm not used to it. I don't care for it. This guy actually got a little bit of frost from last weekend. You can see we're getting some potatoes growing. That's good. We don't have a whole lot in the main garden yet. These guys, this is a stand of walking onions. A buddy of mine named Dale Smith had mailed me those several years ago. They're still going strong. I guess Egyptian walking onions. For those of you that aren't way familiar, when they grow up, they'll create a bulb on top. Then these guys will bend over and lay in the ground, and then they'll reroot and then start new onions. So these are a pretty good deal. Have a little bulb where you can just eat the greens. A lot of times we'll do that. We'll take scissors, snip off the greens, chop it up. So that's a pretty good deal. Now I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a clue what these are. This is what the wife's planted, but it looks like they're coming up. They're in a nice little row. We've got some other things going on. She's the one that knows all that stuff, so we've got some other stuff growing in the garden. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have really a clue what it is. My wife's always the one that puts the garden together. She draws diagrams. She knows what lives well with what 2 or 3 things can live together to help repel pests and different stuff like that. So all I do is whatever she tells me when it comes garden wise. So now she's going to be gone for the next couple of weeks, like I said, and I told her that my YouTube family is going to help keep me straight here. So I'm going to rely on you guys to help me out. How often do you guys water? You water every day? You water every other day? So tell me down in the comments below. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. That way I don't have to sleep on the couch when she gets home in a couple of weeks. Help me keep this stuff alive, okay? Hey guys, we're back where we started. You can see the sun's going down. I'm tired. I'm ready to call it a day. But I just wanted to get this little vlog out. Just kind of show you guys a couple of updates. Let you know that my wife's not going to be around for a couple of weeks. I'm going to rely on you guys to help me out, keep all of her plants alive and well so I don't have to sleep on the couch when she gets home. Tomorrow, Son and I are going to go on a little trip. It'll be pretty exciting. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about it right now, but that next video is definitely one that you're not going to miss. Well, I'll tell you what, I need to get inside, get cleaned up, make supper for my son and I, finish picking up a few tools that are laying around, rakes and whatnot, but appreciate you coming along, and as always, I'll see you next video.